Hello friends, welcome to the session. In this session, I would like to present an effective skill in teaching learning process, that is communication skill. Its concept, its characteristics, and what are the principles of communication skill and types of communication skill. Before starting the discussion on the concept of communication skill, let us first discuss the meaning of communication. Communication is considered to be the most important and effective ingredient of teaching learning process. Even in life, in general, communication play a very important role among friends, within a family, and in all social circles. Failure to communicate is many times the cause for lost friendship, divorces, and distance between parents and children. My teacher does not understand me is the common cry of an adolescent. Accordingly, communication play an important role in all walks of human life as well as in teaching learning process. According to Ken Davis, communication is the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another, whereas Holland says communication is the force by which an individual communicator transmits stimuli to modify behavior of other individuals. According to Adler Dale, communication is defined as the sharing of ideas and feelings in a mood of mutuality. From the above different definitions, we can say that communication means transmitting and sharing of ideas, opinions, facts, and information in a manner that is pursued and understood by the receiver of the communication. Now, we shall discuss the concept of communication skill. As we know, skill is the ability to do something that comes from training, practice, and experience. For example, if anybody wants to become an expert in swimming, it requires training, practice, or both. Nobody will learn swimming just by reading a book or book on swimming. Likewise, communication skill is the ability to convey and share information with others in an effective way. Communication skill not only helps in the work sector but can be used in almost every phase of life. Communication can make or break our relationship at home or in the classroom. If we have the communication skill, then we can pass out our words across easily and precisely without any confusion to the learners. With proper communication skill, even the biggest issue can be sorted out. When communication is effective, both the student and teacher are benefited. Communication makes learning easier and helps students to achieve goals. Also, it increases opportunities for expanded learning and strengthens the connection between student and teacher. Communication also creates an overall positive experience. On the basis of analysis of above definitions, we can state some characteristic of communication skill process as: number one, communication involves two persons. Since communication is an exchange of views, opinion, direction, etc. Therefore, it involves at least two persons, a sender and a receiver. A person who speaks, writes, or issues some instruction is a sender, and the person for whom the communication is meant or whom receives the message is the receiver. Now, the second characteristic of communication skill is communication is a continual process. Communication can be considered to be effective when receiver understands the message sent by the sender and gives a feedback to the sender. Effective communication is initiated from the sender and ends at the sender, to indicating the communication is cyclic and continue process. Next characteristic is communication is two-way process. It involves both information and understanding. Communication is not complete unless the receiver has understood the message properly and his reaction or response is known to the sender. Now, the fourth characteristic of communication skill is it flows up and down and also from side to side. Communication flows downward from superior to subordinates and upward from subordinate to a superior. It also flows between two or more persons operating at the same level of authority. Now, the fifth characteristic of communication skill is needs proper understanding. There may be numerous media of communication, but the main purpose of conveying the message is a proper understanding of message by the other party. For this purpose, it should be clear and concise. From these characteristics, we can say that communication skill is the act of imparting, transmitting or exchanging thoughts, opinions or information.